all I'm gonna say is, imagine we're like kissing and stuff and I thought I touched his leg. It was not his leg.
Here I need you. Yeah. Small just a little bit. Trying just a little bit.
Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Emma. Thank you for joining me today. If you like what you see, click the subscribe button so you can stay in this little family that we have going on, okay? Today I'm doing something a little different. Some people have requested that they want to see me do like mukbangs or whatever, or just like chatty videos of you guys. I have a few stories that I want to tell, so I thought, okay, instead of just doing like a story time, why don't I do like a mukbang story time, okay? So today I was just lounging around and I was like, I'm hungry, and I've really been craving Korean food for like the past couple of weeks. I don't know why, but I was like, let me order food. So I ordered my food and then I thought, hold on, let me also do a story time whilst I do this, okay? I'm so hot right now, let me just... I've ordered some food. I'm really hungry, so I can't wait to get into this. Let me run you through what we've got first, okay? Some little dumplings here. I think this is soy sauce. And then I have spinach. I got kimchi here. And this, so like this is what I've been really craving. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, so these are Korean rice cakes. So I'm obsessed with watching ASMR mukbangs on Instagram where they have the microphone and they eat like really loud. It's just so relaxing to me, and I keep seeing these rice cakes, okay, and I'm like, where do I get those? I need some of those. I've really been craving them. So I was on Uber Eats before and I saw that this place did them, so I was like, let me order them. So I'm really excited to try them. I kind of think they're going to be spicy. I'm not great with spicy food. I have some water here, so I guess I'll just see how it goes, but I'm really hungry, so yeah. I've just remembered I've not even told you guys what story time we're doing today. Okay, so when I put my questions out for my Q&A, I said to everyone, what kind of questions, like, do you want to know about me? All of this. I got a lot of questions about when I lost my virginity and how I lost my virginity, and loads of virginity losing questions. So I was thinking, why don't I just make a separate video about when I lost my virginity, how it was, and just some like tips on like when you're ready to lose your virginity. And it's kind of a funny story about my losing my virginity, so I thought, let me share it with you all. So that's what we're talking about today whilst I'm eating my good Korean food. I got it from a place in Manchester called Bandy Bull, I think it's called. I will leave the name of the restaurant in the description. And let me just get straight on into it though. Okay, so I don't have chopsticks in my house. They didn't give me any and I don't have any in my house, so please forgive me for eating this food with a fork. This is gonna be so weird, just like eating on camera. I feel like Trisha Paytas. Should I do a little taste test? Oh, it's cold. My spinach is cold. Okay. So this is like the rice cake thing that I've told you I've been craving. Okay. That is such a strange texture. It's a little bit spicy. I kind of prefer my kimchi to be like cut up. This one's like really big, but I don't mind. There's gonna be so many eating noises in this video. Sorry if you hate it, but you don't have to watch it, girl, so it's fine. I'm gonna pour my little rice cakes into a bowl. Oh, it has noodles in it. It has noodle. Oh, shit. Apparently it's like a fish stew. I don't know. I'm not even talking because I'm getting so caught up eating. I lost my virginity when I was 15 years old. That might sound really young to a lot of you, but girl, I was grown. Nah, I thought I was grown. I was like a very mature teenager. So basically, let me give you a backstory about the boy. So when I was 15, no, when I was 14, I was a girl in school, like no boys were interested in me. No one thought I was cute. I was like the friend to all the boys, which was fine because like I had loads of guy friends, but I was never like the attractive one or the one that boys wanted to kiss or yeah, be their girlfriend. So one day I was in science class and it was the beginning of a new year. So I think it was like year 10. Yeah, beginning of year 10. I got put next to this boy, like we sat next to each other in physics class. I think it was physics, yeah. So we got put next to each other. So like I didn't really know him that well, like I just knew of him. We like just sat next to each other. We ended up like writing notes to each other and we just started like speaking. So we started speaking on Facebook and stuff, like exchanged numbers, started talking. He got a different girlfriend, this, that and the other. The whole year went by. We started talking again. End of year 10. So end of year 10 we started talking again. This is probably around like the May kind of area. Started talking again. We was really getting on, and I remember because like by this point I'd never kissed a boy. I'd never kissed a boy before. I was like so scared and like frigid and all these things. Terrified of like a boy touching me. So basically I remember like my first kiss. So like one day, so obviously we were talking all the time. One day he walked me home from school. So like he used to get the bus home from school because he didn't like live in my town. So he was like, okay, I'm gonna walk you home from school. He always used to like walk up the street with his friends and he was like, okay guys, I'm just gonna walk home home. So basically where I live, it's like down, it's called a ginnel. Like a lot of people probably don't know what a ginnel is, but anyway, we was walking down the ginnel, which is basically just like a little alleyway. We like walked down through these long stairs, like we walked down the stairs, we got to the bottom of the stairs. And it's like, I knew it was coming, I knew he was gonna kiss me, and I was like so terrified. My heart was beating so fast, I was like, oh my god, what do I do? Because I never kissed a boy before, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was like, huh? So basically we got to the bottom of the steps and he like gives me a hug and he's like, yeah, he basically just hugs me, pulls away, and it was like slow motion, like I was like, slow motion, gives me a kiss, and it literally wasn't even like a snog, it wasn't even a kiss, it was literally like hug, look at each other, literally like peck. But I was so scared and so nervous for it. So basically that was my first kiss. And then a couple of weeks later, well, we were still talking, whatever. Anyway, he asked me to be his girlfriend. I will honestly never forget this moment. I was at my friend's house. It was like a Friday evening after school. And he was like, do you want to be my girlfriend? And it was the 24th of June. Like I still remember. 24th of June. So this was the end of year 10 going into year 11, okay? So we were boyfriend and girlfriend. Everyone that went to my high school that is watching this now knows exactly what I'm talking about, and they probably pissed themselves because we literally, like, we were just such actual little freaks, 15-year-old little freaks, because we used to like stand on the yard at break time and lunchtime, like just hugging each other because we were so in love. Anyway, so so I was his girlfriend now, and then yeah, things were going great, boyfriend and girlfriend. I literally remember the first time he came to my house, and I don't know why did my mum even let us upstairs. Like my mum let us go upstairs together, and I fucking, oh my god, I remember this so vividly because I was so frigid. So I can't remember, I think we were watching TV, but we were like laid on my bed, but he was like inside the covers and I was on top of the covers. We were like sat next to each other on the bed, but he was under the covers and I was on top of the covers because I was so terrified to get under the covers because, yeah. Okay. So yeah, we were like going out for a bit, this, that and the other. I think we had like done stuff, like we had experimented. I don't really remember like the first time that I like touched a dick or anything, but I remember, that was good. We had definitely done things like I touched him down there and he touched me down there before we had sex. He was not a virgin, so this wasn't his first time. Let me move that, that's ugly. He was not a virgin. So I swear he'd had sex with like a couple of girls before me. We were 15. Anyway, it's none of my business. Yeah, he was not a virgin. So it was like me that was the one that was like obviously going to be scared about doing it because he'd done it before. Oh, it's so crazy thinking back because I thought I was so in love, this, that and the other, like, but like we used to just kiss, but it'd be like so fucking weird. Like we'd be having like, we'd be snogging, yeah? Snogging, I hate that word. We'd be like kissing, but like no tongue, but it'd go on for ages. And I remember one time I had a cold and I couldn't breathe out of my nose. So how was I supposed to breathe while I was kissing? Do you know? It was all a little bit mad, and looking back I cringe so much, and I think, thank God I know what I'm doing with boys nowadays. Obviously I knew I wanted to lose my virginity to him because we were in like a good stable relationship, and I was just felt like I was ready. Like I'm quite a sexual person, so I'm very sexually aware. I'm aware of my presence as a woman, my sexuality as a woman, my sex appeal, do you know what I mean? I'm very in tune with all that. And like, I've always been very intrigued about sex from like a young age. I just clocked that I keep looking at the viewfinder and not the camera, so I'm really sorry about that. Very intrigued about sex from a young age. Like, I remember when I was like 11, I might even be younger than that, maybe, I don't even, maybe like 11. We had like a family computer. You know them computers back in like the early 2000s, you had to unplug the phone to go on the computer, and it makes that connecting noise like I'll put the noise in here if I can find it. We had one of those computers. Anyway, I went on it one day and I typed something in, like an address, and pressed enter, but it went to like, I must have not read the end of the address and it wasn't going to the website I wanted it to go to, and it ended up on some porn website, and I was like, I was shocked, but I was also like, okay. So like, I remember watching porn when I was like 11, like not for like pleasuring myself, but literally because I was like, what is this? And I was a very inquisitive child, okay? The moment I knew I was ready to have sex, okay? So I was in my bedroom one day and I was listening to music, doing whatever I was doing, surfing the internet. This song comes on, okay? This is so fucking funny that, yeah. This song comes on, I was listening to Rihanna's album, okay? It's back in like when she had red hair. This song comes on and I'm just listening to it and I was like this song made me want to have sex. Like I was listening to a song thinking, I'm ready. I am ready to have sex. Like my fucking 15-year-old self listening to Rihanna wanting to have sex. I'm gonna play the song right now. Okay. It's called Skin, okay? Skin by Rihanna from this album. Do you remember this album? Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna listen and eat my food.
The mood is set, so you already know what's next. TV on blast, turn it down.
Go deep, I'ma throw it at you, can you catch it? So why you standing over there with your clothes on? Hey, so baby don't stop what you doing, Yeah, I knew that song was freaky at the time, but it's only now when I look back and listen to that song I'm like, my 15-year-old puberty ass, horny ass, has all these hormones that don't know what they're doing ass, listened to this freaky Rihanna song and thought, I want to get my freak on too. Like that is just honestly so typical of me as a person, like. And it also is typical because music for me is like a massive, like I always listen to music when I'm having sex, so it's actually just telling of my later life. But okay, so I listened to that Rihanna song, freaky deaky, whatever, and I was like, I'm ready. So I texted my man, I was like, blah, 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 blah. I'm ready to have sex. I think I texted something like, I can't even remember what he said. I think he was like, he was not like trying to pressure me into it at all. I was really lucky that I had like a really great like first experience with everything, like kiss, doing foreplay, doing sex. Like, I had a great first experience with everything, which I'm really grateful for, because that's the only boyfriend I've ever had. So yeah, still to this day, like, that's the only boyfriend I've ever had. He was not trying to pressure me into it at all. Like, he'd done it before, like, he knew what the crack was. So yeah, he was actually really great. So it was all on my terms, which was great. So obviously I listened to my Rihanna song. I was like, I'm ready, whatever. By this point, like, him and my parents like knew each other. He was coming around to the house and stuff. He was staying over, but he wasn't allowed to sleep in my bed. My parents said, he's not allowed to sleep in your bed until you're 16. I was like, cool. And at the time as well, my brother had a girlfriend. My brother was like 17. He'd had a long-term girlfriend that he'd been with. She was always around at the house, so it was kind of like a normal thing in our house. I remember he stayed over. It might have even been one like Friday night. I think it was a Friday night. Basically, it was like our 2-month anniversary or something that we'd been together. And he stayed over the night before. And then in the morning, like, he came up to my room and stuff and was talking or whatever. And we just did it. Like, I was like, I'm ready. Let's do it. So yeah, bearing in mind though, we'd known each other for like a full year prior to this, before, like, so I say it was our 2-month anniversary, but like, we've been speaking for time. Damn, I wish I waited 2 months to have sex these days. Let's get into the nitty gritty, the sex, okay? We were just kissing, whatever. And I think we did like the foreplay. The thing is, when I was like 15, I think with that boy, like, obviously I didn't know what I was doing. Before him, I didn't even know what a blowjob was. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was very new to all of this. I didn't have a clue what anything was. So I was an innocent young girl. Shame I'm not anymore. I never used to get like head. I think he probably, why am I so prudish to just say eat my pussy? Because I feel like my parents or my family or family friends are watching this. So any of you watching this, sorry for the words that I'm going to use, because I can't be bothered trying to censor myself and make myself feel awkward, okay? My mum's probably watching this right now, but it's fine because she probably knows all about this anyway. So I never used to like get my pussy eaten by him, like probably like twice in our whole relationship. But we were like 15, like we didn't even know that was a thing. So anyway, I digress. We was doing foreplay, whatever, and then it was time to go in, okay? It was time. We used a condom, of course, because my parents are very use a condom. Like, my mum's like, I don't care if you're having sex in my house as long as you're being safe. I'd rather you have sex in my house than be outside in the bushes having sex, because I won't let you have sex. That is literally my mum. The funny thing is, I didn't bleed, so yeah, I don't know if I'd like broke my hymen previous. I must have broke my hymen previous to that. Like, I'd experimented with myself, but I wasn't like masturbating. I didn't start masturbating until I was probably like 18, like not properly. Like, I'd done bits or whatever, but I got my like first vibrator when I was 18. That was when I first properly started masturbating, which I feel like is a late bloomer. But anyway, so yeah, I didn't bleed. It definitely, oh whoa, that's spicy. It definitely was a bit uncomfortable, but it was not horrendous pain. I do have big hips. Like, I'm not a skinny little fragile girl, do you know what I mean? It was uncomfortable, but it was not horrendous pain at all. It was like a whole other feeling that like I had never experienced before. Like, there is nothing that you can compare the feeling of sex to. The first time I had it, I was like, oh, like, so we were just on my bed. It was actually like so sweet and innocent, as like innocent as sex can be. Like, it really was, looking back at it now. It was like I remember it was a Saturday, it was sunny. Yeah, we were on my bed and we had sex. I don't remember it lasting like really long or really short. It was probably like, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. But it was literally just me like laid on my back, like being penetrated. But he kept asking me like, are you okay? Like, he was checking up on me. Like, he was really sweet, a really sweet boy. And then it was done, and I remember feeling like really happy afterwards. I was like, oh my god, like I did it, and it was like actually a good experience for me. Like I said before, I'm really grateful that I had that kind of experience, because I know a lot of people don't. then we started doing it like all the time. We turned into like these little sex freaks, 15-year-old sex. Actually, we turned 16 together. His birthday is quite close to mine, it's in August. We were actually together for a year and a half. So we were together all the way until I went to college. Around the October I started college, we ended up splitting up. He went to a different college than me. And then the whole relationship had kind of like fizzled out. Like, we were little teenagers when we met, like really young. And we like was sort of growing into young adults. So it just wasn't working anymore. I just said to him, like, it was kind of mutual, kind of like me suggesting it. Yeah, but like me and him were really close. Like, he went on holiday with my family, like he was around all the time, met all my family. Like, yeah, we went on holidays, all sorts. We was like this, me and my boy. Yeah, and to be honest, to this day he's still like a really nice boy. He never did anything horrible to me. He was a really nice guy. We split up, but we literally didn't speak for like 5 years. Then I saw him, I might have seen him, it might have been like a year ago now, maybe, yeah, maybe like a year and a half ago. I was in Sainsbury's and I saw him in Sainsbury's, which was crazy because we had not spoken since we broke up. So that was like 5 years later, and I was like, oh shit, like, and he looked so different and I looked so different. And yeah, but we was really like, well, we thought we were in love. I thought it was love, but now, like, it was like young love. If I was in love with someone now, it would be a whole different kind of love. But yeah, man. Let me like carry on some bits like after the whole sex. By this point, like, we'd popped the pill and then we would just we was having sex all the time. He used to come to mine after school. Like, we would be, you know, getting it in. We was, yeah, we were little freaks, to be honest. Like, I was a little freak. Like, I have no shame in saying I'm a freak. I remember I was literally like 16. I went to Ann Summers. Like, I used to buy all this like nice underwear for him. I was in high school. With my school uniform on, with matching lingerie set on under my school uniform. I can't be fucking asked what was wrong with me. And then we'd go back to my house after school and get it on. Yeah, so it is literally though, once you have sex the first time, you're like, damn, you should keep doing it. You should keep doing it all the time. I was in ICT one day and I used to sit next to all my guy friends in ICT. It was literally me and all these guys that I was friends with. And they came up to me and they were like, we were talking about sex or something like that. And one of the boys was like, are you on the pill, Emma? Because like, I know you're having sex with, I'm not going to say his name, but with, no. And I was like, no, I'm not on the pill. And they were like, using condoms? And I was like, yeah, like, I can't even remember, you know, we definitely used a condom when we first did it. And then I'm sure we did like use condoms and dribs and drabs, but I mean, I can't even remember. I'm sorry, Mum. I don't think it was every time. Sorry, it turned out fine. I'm not pregnant, but if you're watching this and you're having sex, please, I actually beg of you, especially when you're my age. When you're 16, you don't have to worry about STIs and stuff. When you're my age, you have to worry about a few little germs and stuff like that. If you're not, even if you are on contraception and you're sleeping with a new partner, use a condom, because you don't want to get any nasties. If you're 16 and having sex, make sure you're using condoms or contraception or whatever you're on, please, okay? I'm a massive advocate for this because I use condoms with everyone. You have to be my husband for me not to wear a condom with you, okay? I don't get them people that are like, condoms aren't cool. Condoms don't feel nice. We don't feel nice. Paying for a child, paying for a baby, a newborn infant's nappies, changing nappies, that don't feel nice, does it? No, it doesn't. So please, just allow it. Wear a condom. Fair enough for boys, I can understand why they'd be like, it feels like I'm fucking a plastic bag. But for girls, I really don't understand that. I don't like condoms. Like, you can't even feel it. Yeah, basically the boys in ICT were like, are you on the pill? And I was like, no. And they were like, you need to get on the pill. They basically just like had a massive ultimatum with me and were like, you need to go on the pill, Emma, because you're having sex and you don't want to get pregnant. And I was like, oh, fine. I was putting it off because I did not want to go to my mum and say, I want to go on the pill, because then that would mean I'm telling my mum I have had sex. So it was a big awkward situation for me. So that night I came home from school. I'm sat in the front room with my mum. I'm just sat there waiting to pluck up the courage to ask her, I remember just sitting there and I was just going through it in my head thinking, oh my god. The boys from class were texting me like, have you told her yet? What have you done? Like, I was just sat there and I just looked at my mum and I was like, Mum. And she's like, what? And I was like, I think I need to go on the pill. And she just looks at me and she's like, oh, yeah, the pill, yeah, okay, well I'll book you a doctor's appointment next week. And I was like, thanks. So yeah, then I went to the doctor's, I got put on the pill, and then my mum basically knew that I was fucking. It's funny to think back now, that was, how many years ago was that? 7 years ago. That was like 6-7 years ago. Damn, I've been, yeah. But anyway, me and this guy, my boyfriend, were just like having loads of sex and it was great. So like we were together for like a whole year and a bit, year and a half after that. So like I had sex with him a lot of times. So I basically learned about myself through him, which was really good. So it wasn't just like a one-time thing, which I know a lot of people who lose their virginity, it's like. So, and I'm not saying, to be honest, I'm not saying you have to lose your virginity to someone special. Like, it doesn't have to be like that. If you and another person just want to do it and you're ready for it, the main thing is just knowing that you can trust that person, you feel comfortable and you feel safe with that person. That is the most important thing when you lose your virginity, nothing else. Like the comfortability is what you need, because it's already kind of like a tense situation anyway. So to do that, you need to be comfortable with someone. It was a good situation that I had a boyfriend and he made me feel very comfortable. And yeah, and for the girls that are asking like about my weight and stuff, my size, and if that was like, I was really scared to like get naked and stuff. I definitely was scared to get naked. I think when I lost my virginity, I had a top on. I definitely wore a top. He made me feel really comfortable and would never say anything to me. Like, I feel like for him, I was so grateful of him because he just made me feel like I was normal. And I know I am normal, but he made me feel like my weight was never a contributing factor in my worth or my beauty, which was really big for a 15-year-old boy to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, I guess he just saw me for who I was. Like, my weight was never a thing that we spoke about, ever. Yeah, and he was like, he wasn't a big guy. He was just like a slim guy. He used to play rugby, so he was kind of like stocky. But yeah, so I'm really, really thankful for him because, yeah, I could have had a well worse situation. But yeah, it's just about that guy is out there that will make you feel comfortable and do all them things for you. You have to just do what is right for you when you know you're ready. Because I've had a few girls messaging me saying, I know I'm ready to have sex, this, that and the other. To be honest, just wait it out and see what happens. Like, don't force anything with anyone, but also if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. You will know. You are your own like best person to give yourself advice, because you know in the back of your heart, in the back of your mind and in your heart when it's right, when it feels right. Okay, since then, so obviously like me and him broke up in that October when I went to college. I did not have sex again for a year and 4 months after we had split up. So obviously we split up and then I was at college and it was the same as high school, like no guys were really interested in me. I was just there to study, do you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't there to chase boys. So obviously, and like when I went to parties and stuff, I knew all the boys, like I was friends with all the boys, so it was never a situation where it'd be more than that. So yeah, I was just doing me. And then, so like basically the second person I ever slept with was, I met a guy in college. Like, I've spoke about this in my situationships video. Yeah, I met a guy. And so like basically when we had sex, it was like I was a virgin again. Like, obviously I had not had any sexual contact, so no sex, no kiss. Actually, I might have had a kiss. I might have kissed some boys. Yeah, I definitely had kissed a boy. But like no sex, no like sexual contact for a year and 4 months. Yeah, we were speaking for a while and then he came over to my house when my parents were out at the races. Sorry, mum and dad. And we did it, but that one was actually terrifying, okay? Because this is a story time for another time, but obviously I had not had sex in a year and 4 months, so I was kind of like nervous already because I felt like, have I forgot how to do everything? Like, how does this even go? And then all I'm gonna say is, imagine we're like kissing and stuff, and I thought I touched his leg. It was not his leg. So if I was not terrified already, I definitely was terrified after feeling that. But yeah, let's not talk about that right now. That was my losing my virginity story. This actually made me so happy because it just makes me laugh, this whole situation. Yeah, so now let me give you some tips about losing your virginity. So questions that I got were kind of like, how did you know you were ready, which I've already sort of covered. Did it hurt, which I've also already covered. I'm not saying that it won't hurt. I think it's very different for everyone else. For everyone it's different, and depending on your frame, I think it's very different. Obviously I am a bigger set woman, so I feel like for me, I don't know, like it definitely was there. Like it was uncomfortable, but it wasn't painful to the point where it really hurt and I had to stop. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like that. But for some people it will be, and you will bleed and stuff like that. That's why I say it's important to be comfortable with your partner and who you're doing it with. You might bleed and you don't want them to freak out or act really weird about it, because honestly that makes you feel so horrible. Like, I've bled before during sex, and it makes you feel, if the guy is like a dickhead about it, it makes you feel like really horrible, because you're in a very vulnerable position. Like, you're naked, you've just exposed, like had this experience with someone, and yeah, so you need to make sure you're comfortable with them and you're on a level, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm fortunate. I think both ways it could work. If you're both virgins, or if one, like if your partner is not a virgin and you are a virgin, I feel like it works both ways, because if you're both virgins, you both don't know what to expect. And if your partner has had sex before, then it's good because they do know what to expect. So I think it's like a win-win either way, to be honest. Protection, make sure you're using it. I know in high school you'll get people coming around that probably, I don't know actually if we got condoms in high school. There was definitely like a centre that you could go to in like where I lived. You could go and get condoms for free from them if you didn't want to like ask your parents or anything, or you could get condoms at the doctor's. Like if you were put on the pill, you can go get condoms at the doctor's. Yeah, literally every time I go and get a sexual health checkup now, I get given condoms, because I feel like I can't refuse them. Because I'm like, what if the nurse offers me condoms and I say no? And then she's looking at me like, you don't use condoms, or thinking I'm unsafe or anything like that. Even though I ain't had sex in so long and I'm out here with like 100 condoms. Anyone want condoms? I'll literally send you them, because I don't need them, okay? Also, actually, let me just touch base on this. We didn't use lube like when I lost my virginity or anything like that, because literally we did not even know it's a thing. This is why I really want the sexual health education, like sex ed in schools, to be so much better. We really need better sex ed in schools. That is something I'm really passionate about, because this is why we end up with so many issues with young people and sex. But anyway, like I said, topic for a different time. If you can, definitely try and use lube. I know you might be younger or whatever, but yeah, usually if you get given condoms, you'll get given lube, sachets of lube, like with condoms. Definitely try and use them, because it'll be easier to try and have sex. Like, just imagine, like, let me use this analogy, like a dry, like, I don't even know, it's like something dry trying to go into something dry. Like, it just doesn't work. You need a bit of like lubrication, make you both feel relaxed, make it all slippery down there, so it's easier to happen. Yeah. Also, can I also just touch on this really quick? Orgasms. I never had an orgasm with like my boyfriend. So I didn't actually have my first orgasm until I was 18, when I did it to myself, which is crazy, right? Obviously we were young, we didn't really know what we were doing, like we hadn't had much experience. So like the sex was good, but I hadn't had like an orgasm, and I was thinking, have I had an orgasm? But the thing is, like, you know when you've had an orgasm. It's like people say that, but you know, like you just know if you're gonna have an orgasm, okay? You just know. So yeah, I actually didn't have one till I gave one to myself when I was 18, when I got my first vibrator. So that's purely because I don't, this is so fucking TMI, but this is because I don't climax from penetration only. I have to have clitoral stimulation, which I think is the case for like a big percentage of women. So if you're one of them ones that can come off just penetration, well done, but it's hard out here for us girls. So yeah, don't be worried like if you don't orgasm or anything like that. That's why I say to a lot of girls, even younger girls, I think it's important to explore your body and play with yourself. Like, there's nothing dirty about masturbation. It's very liberating, it's very interesting. You find out a lot about your body, about your vagina. Like this, your vagina is so powerful, like it births, like it brings life into this world. So I think it's important that we understand it and understand how to pleasure it, because that is one big main function of our vaginas. So yeah, if you feel like you're ready to have sex, go for it, man. If you're with the right person and you feel comfortable and you know you're ready. Yeah, I hope I've covered like everything on this. If you have any more questions, feel free to DM me or drop a comment on here. I'll try and get back to as many as I can. Yeah, so here's to a little TMI video. I've still got some food left. I've got my kimchi and my, yeah, they're going in the fridge for me to eat later on. But thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this video wasn't too TMI. I hope you found it as funny as I did telling it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye everyone. I also just want to add a little PS onto this video because it's something I forgot to mention whilst I was just recording then. But let me just say, there is never a correct age to lose your virginity, or a certain time you should do it. I was obviously very young to lose my virginity, but you could be 21, 25, like 30 and still not lost your virginity, and that's fine. It's all about when is right for you and when you're with the right person, and yeah, when it's comfortable and when it's normal and when it's right. So let me just add that in. I hope no one feels pressured to like lose their virginity. Honestly, I still know people that haven't lost their virginity and it's okay. Okay? Also, I realised I had food on my chin for a lot of the video, so that's great. Anyway, going now, bye! I ain't trying to pressure you, but just can't stop thinking about you. You don't even really got